So our top story this hour, another moment from that Trump event in Flint, Michigan, to show you. This is Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders taking a swipe at Vice President Kamala Harris for not having her own biological children.
Not only do my kids serve as a permanent reminder of what's important, they also keep me humble. You can walk into a room like this where people cheer when you step onto the stage and you might think for a second that you're kind of special. Then you go home and your kids remind you very quickly you're actually not that big of a deal. And ours are pretty good at it. So my kids keep me humble. Unfortunately, Kamala Harris doesn't have anything keeping her humble.
Whoa. What is their obsession with women without children of their biological connection?
Yeah, I mean...
Kamala Harris is the stepmother of 2 children with her husband, Doug Emhoff, Cole and Ella Emhoff. They call her Mamala. They consider her as much a mother as their own. In response to Governor Sanders' comments, their biological mother, Kirsten Emhoff, wrote on social media, quote, "Cole and Ella keep us inspired to make the world a better place. I do it through storytelling. Kamala Harris has spent her entire career working for the people, all families. That keeps you pretty humble."
Yeah.
What is this exception? I mean, honestly,
it's just cruelty. They really, first of all,
you know, you're turning off an entire population of people. No, they just don't want those voters.
They are playing for a very small subset that relishes the cruelty. First of all, it's fascinating that Sarah Huckabee Sanders, you still can't pronounce Kamala Harris's name correctly. That's the first thing. For the other, you want to make them the other, continue to mispronounce their name like everybody seems to do on Fox News when they know better. It's Kamala. I will talk to Republicans that will say, Trump Republicans that will say Kamala. And I'll be, what? That's interesting. Now, why do you mispronounce her name when you know it's Kamala? Make it seem like they're the other. So she starts there. Kamala doesn't have children, doesn't have her own children. And, you know, Willie, it's so patently obvious that it's just to be hateful. That's what they do. They just do this to be hateful because they know the truth. They have heard the children, Doug's children's mom, say time and time again that they're all part of a blended family. You know, not everybody, I guess, is perfect, like Sarah Huckabee Sanders and Donald Trump. I guess Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, and maybe they're just perfect.
Yeah.
In this respect, a lot of us, stumble through life. A lot of us have blended families. A lot of us figure out how to make blended families work. But I've just got to say, politically, there are a lot more people who may have blended families, a lot more people who understand what Kamala Harris and Doug are doing. There are a lot more people who understand, you know, again, blended families than people who are just self-righteous and mean and hateful. And it does go back. I mean, they keep playing into Tim Walz's hands where Tim Walz says in Minnesota, the golden rule is mind your own damn business. They don't win any points here. They just make people independents and others go, ooh, why are they so hateful? Why are they attacking a woman because she doesn't have any biological children? There are quite a few of those out there, and it's not a sin against God or humanity.
And we've lived in this strange era for the last decade or so since Donald Trump came onto the political scene where there's a virtue in being cruel, where you win points for being mean, for being there are other words we'd use off the air, but for being a jerk. And that's the virtue in and of itself. And you get high fives and you get retweets and people amplify the thing you say. But all that happens, to both of your point, inside the bubble. So she got laughs and cheers in that arena among hardcore Donald Trump supporters. But other people outside say, wait a minute, a lot of women don't have children, not by their own choice in some cases, and in many cases because it's a life that they've chosen for themselves. stay out of it. None of your business. And I think Vice President Harris, whatever you think about her politics, has done pretty damn well in her life. And it is strange, Mike Barnicle, too, to hear people who profess constantly their Christianity and their virtuosity, and yet constantly judging people for this one political moment to get an applause line inside an arena at a Trump rally.
I think it strikes a lot of people that it's so small.
Yeah.
It makes them so small. Never mind the fact that if you asked any American, give me the top 10 issues on your mind today that you're dealing with in terms of your family or your job or your issues politically. What are the top 10 issues? I doubt whether the fact that the vice president's family situation would be one of them. People do not care about that. But again, to Joe's point, I mean, there's a lot of blended families in this country. And to your point, the fact that she has no children by birth is meaningless because she is a mother. She does take care of children in that blended family. And she's like a lot of other women in this country, a lot of other families in this country. But it is just so small of an approach.